Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67 and I've been working in my Christmas journal and I've come across this really neat idea for a journal card with a hidden journal spot, if you will. I came across this idea on a YouTube channel, Sam Calcutt UK. She's a really great card maker. And she was creating this project for a card, but I thought it's excellent to incorporate into junk journaling. So the card that I'm going to create today is this little, a journal spot, a tag, if you will, but you flip it up and then you've got all this journaling area here, or you can decorate it with a photograph and then journal, or that type of thing. And the decoration, I've just used a whole heap of my scrap Christmas paper that I've got left over from the other things that I've done in my Christmas journal. So I thought we'd create one of those. I also went ahead using the same design and did it again using a lot of Tim Holtz. So just to show you that the same idea can be adapted into a whole different idea. It doesn't have to be Christmas. So really simple project, doesn't take much to do. So let's get on and make one together. So all I'm using for my card base is just this manila folder divider, or file folder divider, and I'm just going to cut off this this edge here with the holes in it because I don't need those. So I'm just going to cut those. I also cut the length of this by about an inch. Cut the length of this card by about an inch just so that I could fit it into my trimmer. All right, so I want to cut one piece the full length at 3.5 inches. So, and then you've got a whole other piece to make another one. You could do this with manila folder. You could do it with A4 cardstock. It would just be a little shorter. You could do it with a heavyweight patterned paper. Anything at all. Doesn't have to be these dividers. All right, so I've worked ahead of time. I've got my strips cut. I've got something for sentiments for the middle. I've got my backing paper. So with your piece of, your base piece, whatever it is you choose to use, all I'm simply going to do is fold that in half. Just line up those bottom edges as best that I can and just fold that down in half like that. Oh, and give it a bit of a burnish. Okay, so that creates our flap. Simple as that. Now what I want to do, I'm just going to move this out the way for the minute. I'm just going to use the grids on my mat, and all I want to do is in this top section, I want to fold it back on itself about 1/2 inch. So I'm not really sure on the grid what 1/2 inch is, but I'm just going to follow this line down here, and I'm just going to fold it back just using my ruler and my bone folder. And just pick up this top layer, just the top layer, if I can grab it, and just fold it back on itself like that. And then give that a nice tight burnish like that. Okay, so that's what we've got. One length of cardstock or whatever you choose to use, fold it in half. And then I've taken about 1/2 inch and I've folded that back like so. Now what we want to do is this section here, we're just going to glue that down onto that section there. So I'll just grab some glue and I'm just going to secure that in place, just like that. So when that's dry, then this will remain a solid piece and that will flip up like that. Okay, so now I just want to cut my tag shape, and I'm just going to use this tag as my template. I'm just going to sort of level that up on the two sides and just cut away that piece there. And the same with the other side. Just level that up like that. Leveling up the top and the side. Actually, I might flip that. That's a little uneven in the cut on this one, so if I flip it, I'll be cutting the same shape. And just cutting it away. Oh, just like that. All right, so there we have it, a tag shape, and that flips up like so. Okay, so the next step is we're just going to cover the base pieces. I'll just put these to the side for the minute. And I'm just choosing this piece of paper here, and I like a white background because I think it pops a little more. I might actually just, I don't like that little dog leg there, so I'm just going to level that up with there and cut a straight up tag piece like that. So leveling that corner with that edge there. Yep, I like that better. All right, so now I'm going to take a piece of this paper. This is a Christmas paper. This is Simple Stories. I'm going to cut off this branding strip here. Yeah, just like that. Now, because our tag was 3.5 inches wide, I'm going to cut this at 1/8 of an inch less than 3.5. Now, I'm sorry, I don't know what that measurement is. Is it 3 and... See, I don't know how these little markings work in the in-betweens. They're 1/8 of inches, but I'm not sure. So if my 3.5 measurement is there, so if I just come back one of the little notches, 1/8 of an inch, and just cut that down. And all that will do is create a bit of a border around the tag, so that you'll see some of that brown around the tag. And the tag itself in length is, oh, see, what is that? That's where I get lost. So I'm better off taking my piece of the top layer, laying it down and just kind of marking where I kind of want it. Just imagining that 1/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to cut that off there. All right. And all I'm simply going to do is lay that down on there. See, I might need to, I'll just trim that just a tiny bit more because it's not quite short enough. And that's cool. All right, so that's the sort of thing I want. I'm just going to give that a little bit of ink. Just around the edges. Now with this project, I have done a couple of them with more coloured backgrounds, but I think you get the best visual if your background is either plain or sort of a lighter colour, because then the strips that we're going to use will really pop out. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that straight down there like that. I'm just going to use glue. I've got fabric glue here. You could use tacky glue. You could use whatever. This is just the glue I always grab because I know it and I trust it. All right, so let's give that a good amount of glue. And then I'm just going to level that up as best I can, trying to keep those edges around about the same size all the way around, just like that. Now for this little top section here, I'm just going to take a scrap of the same cardstock, but I'm just going to reverse the print. So all I want to do, I'm just going to cut about an inch strip off of this. Just about like that, let's say. Keep our fingers crossed that it's wide enough. If not, we'll cut another strip. Oh no, that's good. And then again, I'm just going to pop some glue down here. And I'm just going to lay this strip, and I just did the reverse just to give it a little bit of something different on the top section there. And I'll just lay that down. And then I'm just going to simply cut away this excess paper. Just like that. Okay, so I haven't inked around, I haven't inked around my piece of card yet, but I would ink all around the complete perimeter of the project, inside and out. That is completely optional. You don't have to ink. I should have inked that flappy bit there before I stuck it down, but that's okay. And then around the back, just like that. And I'll do the inside off camera because inking's not the greatest thing to watch. All right, so there we have our little hidden journal spot type of thing with a tag that flips, or whatever you want to call it. And now we're going to get to the decorating. So what I've done with scraps of paper from other projects as I've been creating in my Christmas journal, I've just cut a whole heap of strips between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. And because I like that sewing effect, I've just sewn straight through each strip with a just a straight stitch on my machine. And I've just sewn them all together in one long strip so I can just cut them as I'm working. And what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to just crisscross in all different patterns, just papers like this type of thing. So we'll just get on and start gluing. Now I'm not going to stick down the whole strip. I'm just going to concentrate on that middle section kind of thing. And that will become evident in a little while. So again, I'm just going to go side to side and just keep building it up all the way through. And just changing the directions of the paper as I lay them down. And we'll just cut them and stick. And that one can go up like there. That kind of thing. And some of the skinnier ones, they look really cute in between. So I'll just cut a couple of skinnier ones. And then we could do something like that. So we're sort of trying to create like a starburst. Okay, so we'll put this one here. Just like that. And we'll put that one across that way. And no particular order, just, you know, whatever looks pleasing as you're putting them together. What else have we got here? I'm going to pick a piece of this stuff and I'm going to pop that one down like there kind of thing. Just trying to fill in all the gaps. Here's a bit of Tim Holtz paper. So we're going to go straight across the middle with that one. And we've still got a few more gaps to fill. So this is a pretty piece. I'm going to do something like that. So about there. Now it does get quite high through that center the more that you're sticking, but that's all right because we'll cover that up. Here's another little bit with some words on it, and we'll put that one down in there. And like I said, we're just filling in all these sections. We've got another piece here. We've got a bit there. So let's go again. What have we got? We'll cut some of these smaller ones again. And we'll go that one like there. Filling in that little gap there. I've got a bit there. We're sort of coming to the end now. What's that bit there? That's another Tim Holtz piece, so we might use that one because it's a nice narrow one, and we'll just go from there to there. Lay it down there and there. Oops. Now, like I said, it's getting quite high through that middle, but that's okay because we won't see that in the end. Just leveling that up a bit. And then, well, we're getting pretty close, aren't we? This one here to there, but that might make it a little bit. I think I might leave it like it is actually. We've got this piece here. We could do something like that. And we could do that one there like that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And just filling it up to however you are happy with the end result. I've got very gluey fingers. Put a little bit more glue here. Just like that. All right, I might leave it like that because that is starting to become a bit too high. All right, so we've still got some leftover strips for another one, which I will do. I'm currently making a series of Christmas cards, so those strips will come in handy. All right, so now the next step is I've just picked a couple of focal pieces. I'm not sure which one I want to use, or do I want to use them both? And do I want just the simplicity of that? But I also just want to pop in behind there some cheesecloth. So I've got a nice wad of cheesecloth. I don't know, maybe that's too much. Just folding it over to give it a bit of something. Oh, I like that. I like that just as that is actually. Now what I'm going to do, because that is fairly raised in the center and my sentiment kind of is rocking, I'm just going to use some of this foam mounting tape, and I'm going to pop just 2 strips down either side just to give it a little bit of something to stop that rocking. I'm just going to put a strip there. And a strip there. And then that kind of levels it out a bit. And we'll put our cheesecloth back in there. Now, what I might, because this piece of cheesecloth is a bit bigger, no, I'll be all right. I'll put the sentiment on first. All right, so all I'm going to do again, I'm going to take the strips off, but I'm also going to add glue because these are just the $2 shop foam mounting strips, and I'm not sure how good the adhesive is, and I also just want to make sure it's going to stay in place. So I'm just going to put some glue down on my mounting pieces, just like that. I'm going to give it a good amount because we're sticking onto cheesecloth. and position the cheesecloth kind of where I want it, which is about there, and I'm just going to put that straight down over the middle, and then I'll lift this up and put some more glue onto my cheesecloth. Just like that. And then we'll pop this back in place, straight over that mound in the middle. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'll put these pieces to the side. Now what I want to do is where these strips of paper go beyond that base plate, that second, we've got the base tag, the tag base I should say, and then we put in that piece of patterned paper. So I want my strips to come back sort of just beyond that patterned paper, and I'm just going to cut them off like a flag sort of style, and you can do them in different directions if you want to. Like this one is quite stuck down, so I may have to keep that a little, oh no, there we go, like that, and just work all the way around the edge, keeping it just inside that piece of patterned cardstock or patterned paper. And just keep going all the way around, just cutting it like that, a little flag banner kind of thing. Just got to get in underneath that one. Like that, and do this one. Just like that. And there you've got that kind of starburst effect. Isn't that pretty? I love this idea. Now for up here, I'm just going to set an eyelet. I'll just grab one out. So I'm just going to sort of eyeball the middle of that there. Kind of, sort of. Oh, I don't know. About there, and then we'll set the eyelet in place, just like that, and just give that a bit of a firm press, like so. And then I'm just going to grab a length of sari and we'll thread that through as a little tie. Take off those bits. Now this sari is quite thick, so I can only sort of go through a single layer, but that's all right. And I'm just going to tie that off. And give it a double knot. Just like that sort of thing. And then I've also got some of these Tim Holtz metal stars, and I'm just going to put a couple of those around. I don't know, just to give it that Christmassy feel. 1, 2, and then I've got just a bit of a smaller size one. I'm going to put that there. All right, so we'll lay those down. These are a bit fiddly and glue, glue everywhere. So just a touch of glue. And I'll just put that one there. And this one the same. And put that one there. And then we've got this smaller one. Needs more glue, but I don't want to open the glue bottle because it'll ooze everywhere. Alright, and we'll just put this one, lay it right down there. And there you have it. A little Christmas journal card, hidden journal spot. They look really cool, placed inside pockets, like this one here. I'm just popping it because it's got that open flap, where I did another pocket last night. So it can go sort of the back section in the pocket and the front over the top, like that sort of thing. And then, like I said, they don't have to just be Christmas. The Tim Holtz, I've done this with a lot of Tim Holtz, and they look just as nice. So there you go, guys, a little bit of fuel for thought for something a little bit different for Christmas. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Christmas. I've gotten a good head start on it, so that's given me a lot of time to be creative. So thank you all so much for joining me again today. I give this a go. It's quick and simple, and it's just something really different. Monday, enjoy your week, everyone. Now, this might be the last video for me for some time. I have to now, as of today, I'm heading back home, and I will be back up there for as long as it takes. We have to clear out and clean up and sell my mum's home, because she is now going into a nursing home. So 61 years worth of memories my sister and I have to sort out and box up today or over the next coming weeks. So yeah, if you follow me closely, I do apologize that there won't be a regular video now for probably a few weeks. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me and for all your lovely comments and continued support. Please stay safe and well, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.